Hello again, Michiana. Chief Meteorologist Tom Coombs. It's been a while since we talked. It's Monday, March 23rd, and there's 4 inches of snow outside at ABC 57 News. Just fell today after in the 70s just a couple weeks ago. Notice that we've been kind of swinging up and down after a rather quiet start to March. It was a colder start, kind of mild and quiet mid-month, but now we're really starting to see these ups and downs. And this is indicative of the real changing of the seasons, the change from winter to spring. And part of it is that we just notice it a little bit more when we change between seasons, especially winter to spring than say spring to summer, because a few degrees in temperature can make rain into snow, and that's just more noticeable than almost anything else. But ups and downs, we're going to see a lot of that. We're still having some winter-like patterns when the cold air blasts through here. It's cold enough that you can get snow, and then as the warm air comes up, the biggest issue here is that just a few miles, maybe 50 miles or less, can make a big difference, especially with the changing of the seasons. Could be rain, could be snow, could be 70s, could be 30s. And that's why this transition from winter to spring is just so incredibly noticeable all the time, and why it can change so easily as well. We're in a time period where the models, especially when you get that changing of the seasons, any change in seasons, when the weather pattern changes, models have a tough time kind of adjusting to that. And so this forecast over the next 7 days, it's probably pretty accurate. But once we get kind of out past 4 days, especially with the changing of the seasons, there are some models that are saying, oh, this is going to be really warm. There's some that are saying, nope, it's going to be really cold and there's going to be snow. And so this is the time you really kind of have to really watch the forecast. We get a pretty good idea of where the pattern's going, but there are some fine details each and every run that really changes. It's not until we get back into a steady weather pattern, like this is going to be our spring pattern, that the models kind of pick up on things and kind of really know what's going on. So we watch it pretty closely, but things can really change from it could be just a few flurries to 4 inches of snow, or could be snow, could be rain, could be 60s and 70s, or could be 30s and 40s. We'll kind of get through this transition period. Spring, it will return, and we'll see more stable temperatures, especially as we head towards April. With the latest forecast, ABC 57 News. Of course, you can always interact with me on Facebook and Twitter at Tom Coombs.